Great, thank you very much for coming this long, and we are going to get into a very, very interesting section of Bhagavad Gita here. So we'll start from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 7, text 7. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वं धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता यश्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेहं साधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So here Arjuna is getting into a very, very interesting state. So now Arjuna is so far thinking that Arjuna gave a lot of reasons in the first chapter why he should not fight, and what according to the Dharma Shastra, according to the Artha Shastra, and so many other scriptural quotes and from the authorities that he had so far heard. So he mentioned a lot of reasons why he should not fight and why he would not fight. And after the second chapter begins, he is getting into a lot of confusion state. And as we discussed in the earlier verses, that he's not able to ascertain whether fighting is good or not. He's not able to conclude whether should he fight or not. So as we already discussed several times, that Arjuna was not lacking with respect to the military strength. He was not lacking the physical strength, the intellectual capacity, everything, all that he had. But he had only one doubt, that whether should he fight or not. So what he is explicitly doing here is he's asking Krishna specifically that, Krishna, I don't know whether should I fight or not. Now you tell me whether should I fight or not, and you have to explicitly tell me what should I do. So he's saying, now I am confused and about my duty, and I have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. So he's telling that I'm getting weak. So he's basically telling that I'm getting mentally weak. It's not that he was getting physically weak, he was getting mentally weak. So in this condition, I'm asking you to tell you for sure and be ascertain what I'm supposed to do. So now he's telling that Sishyas teham sadhimam tvam prapannam. So before he tells that, so what he's saying that karpanya doso upahata swabhava, I'm getting into a miserly weakness. So this particular miserly weakness is referring to here as the perplexities of life, that every situation that brings into our life. So every step in the material life is leading to a kind of perplexity. So if one is not clear about the principles, if one is not very, very sure about the truth from the wrong, and right from the wrong, one may lead to take inconclusive decisions, or one may lead to take kind of wrong decisions, which may lead to a wrong kind of outcomes. So he does not want to take the decision on his own. Now he's putting forth as a good friend. So far the Krishna and Arjuna has been talking on the friendly terms. So Krishna and Arjuna are kind of in the similar age, and then they grew up as friends. So far the talk was going like friends. Now Arjuna is deciding that I want to surrender my life to you. Sishyas teham sadhimam tvam prapannam. So I mentioned that Bhagavad Gita has got multi-level encoding. The first encoding opens up when someone in the state of perplexity decides to surrender to a mentor. So in this situation, Arjuna decides to surrender onto his friend as a mentor, as a teacher, as a spiritual master. And he's directly expressing that. So a person who is having the knowledge and that person is practicing that knowledge has got the authority to speak about that knowledge, and he can only impart that knowledge that can create actual transformation. So in this situation, so whatever happens in our life, if we do not raise our need to a higher level of understanding, we will not be able to reach to that state of need of handling a particular problem at that particular situation. If we are on handling the problem in the same level where the problem was created, we cannot handle the problem. We need to rise above the problem to handle the problem. So for that, the problem is not going to wait. We will have to get equipped ourselves to rise above the problem and to deal with that problem. So The Kripana here is referred to as a miserly person, a person who is called a miser, is like he has a lot of resources with his disposal, but still he is not utilizing those resources for his own benefit. That person is called miser. So here it is specifically mentioned that why Arjuna is referring himself to be a miser, because he is having all that thing that is required, but he is not in a position to engage all that resources for his own benefit. So for example, if a person is very, very miserly, he wants to see the figure in his bank balance, or he wants to see everything that at his disposal, all the resources at his disposal as it is. He does not want to spend anything, even for his own benefit. He thinks that if I spend, then it will reduce. So that's not the right way of doing things. So Arjuna, being an intelligent person, he surrenders himself to Krishna as a spiritual master. And the moment the person decides to surrender unto a spiritual master or a mentor, instantly the knowledge opens up, because a person who is willing to learn, eager to learn things, he opens his barrier that he has been so far holding on, and allows the knowledge to enter within the heart. That's what happens when somebody actually surrenders, and when somebody actually gets to willing to learn things. So as a friend, so far Krishna was talking to Arjuna as a friend, but now Krishna is taking the reins of the Arjuna's life into his hands, and now he's going to guide Arjuna in the right way. He's going to clear all his doubts, and we'll see how it comes forth.